Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. It's your boy PSG, and in today's video, we'll be talking about Paris Saint Germain players currently playing at the Euros and how they've been performing. At the beginning of this Euros, I obviously made a video about talking about PSG players to look out for at the upcoming Euros and my expectations for the players. And on the thumbnail, I had Fabian Ruiz and Vitinha. And once again, on the thumbnail of this video, it's Vitinha and it's Fabian Ruiz because both players have performed at such a high level for both of their national teams. Obviously, Vitinha has only played one game, but Fabian Ruiz 2 games, and they've been exceptional. Vitinha, how he's been dictating the game for that Portugal side, even though they didn't look that good in that game, especially offensively and clinicality-wise. Vitinha was superb for his national team. Like Fabian Ruiz, the way he's cooking as well, so happy for Fabian Ruiz. And look, he was really great at Real Betis in the beginning of his career. Then he had those first 2 seasons at Napoli, continued being really great. Then had a dip off. Napoli wanted to sell him. He came to PSG. Didn't have that good of a first season, but this season he's been good, and he's continuing that great form until this Euros. He's been Spain's best player so far this Euros, and he's the most experienced player on that side alongside Rodri. But Rodri obviously has looked like a bum because he's a Manchester City system merchant. Moving on to Vitinha, as I said, he's been exceptional in 2024 year, and I will say this proudly, he's been the best midfielder in the world. And I won't take any other name into consideration because Vitinha, how he's been performing consistently as well. He isn't dropping these one good game, one bad game, one mid game. No, it's only good games. And then maybe he even puts in a great shift. So great applause to my boy Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz. If we continue with the Portuguese boys, obviously Nuno Mendes looked really good, in my opinion, against Czech Republic in the first half. And as long as Leao was on the pitch, he was mostly just working defensively and trying to progress the ball, which he did in a good way. Then when Leao went off, he had the burden of being offensive and defensive because Jota came in for Leao, and Jota is much more central. So the entire flank was dominated by Nuno, and he obviously assisted the own goal that made it 1-1 and put Portugal back into the game, helping them win the game. But I don't know if he can play with Leao. I'm going to be honest. I want to see the best version of Nuno Mendes, and the best version of Nuno Mendes is offensive and defensive. I think Nuno Mendes on his wing needs a player more similar to Dembele, someone that can have the ball at his feet, drop centrally, and feed Nuno on the wing, similarly to how we do with Dembele and Hakimi. But Leao just isn't that. Leao's a bit cooked with the Portuguese national team, and maybe just as a player. But yeah, Nuno Mendes, so happy with him for that first game, and let's hope he can continue that form. Ousmane Dembele, not the best game from him, but I mean, I think there are a lot of valuable excuses. I know I'm someone that likes Dembele a lot, and I will obviously be making excuses when he doesn't perform that well. But he didn't perform that well. Like, he had a lot of good chances. He had a lot of good opportunities. He could have done so much better from, and I have high expectations on Ousmane Dembele, and I hope he performs better. But I have a lot of blame on Didier Deschamps, how he's been using Dembele. At PSG, he's a player that gets around 75 touches per game, whilst in the French national team, he got, I think, 35, 36 touches in the recent game. He's just not using him. Like, Dembele is the best playmaker in that team. Stop using Griezmann. Griezmann can work hard. Griezmann can play make in some certain situations. But the main playmaker of this France team should be Ousmane Dembele. He's had a much better season than Antoine Griezmann. So, again, but it's Deschamps being weird as usual. And I think he's going to continue being weird. So, I don't know how I actually feel about Dembele at this moment and how he's going to be at the Euros when I expected him to be the player of the tournament. Next up is Gianluigi Donnarumma, and he's been the best goalkeeper so far at the Euros. I mean, the reason Italy are still kept in this tournament is because of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Even though they dropped all 3 points against Spain, he was still crucial in giving them confidence for that upcoming lost third game. And yeah, I'm happy. And again, I'm not shocked or surprised or anything because this is what Donna has been doing this season, and that's what he's doing with the national team. He obviously won the player of the tournament last time. Let's see if we can at least win goalkeeper of the tournament this time. I mean, now it's going to be quickly about some players that played a few minutes and maybe not had that great of an impact. I mean, Milan Skriniar, they obviously picked up 3 points versus Belgium, but recently lost versus Ukraine. And he's been cheeky. All I want for Skriniar is to get, more credit and all of that, so he can have a larger sell-on clause when we try to sell him in the summer. And the next one was obviously Xavi Simons. According to reports, he will be benched in the France game to Wijnaldum, which just shows how bad of a game he had in that first game. And when I look at all of this, I'm like, Xavi, crying about minutes, crying about all of this, and then you do this. Like, I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely been underwhelming for the Netherlands national team. And the last one is Randal Colomani. Obviously came on for Ousmane Dembele in that France game. Could have had an assist at the end of the game to Olivier Giroud. But yeah, I know that Colomani will have impact for this French national team off the bench for the rest of the tournament. And then we have some players that haven't featured a single minute for their respective national teams. The best one is obviously Bradley Barcola, who may start in the Netherlands game, hopefully, because, I mean, look, if Mbappe is going to play striker, you play Barcola as the left winger. It's that easy. Don't play Thuram. Warren Zaire-Emery obviously didn't get any minutes. Hopefully he gets some minutes in this upcoming game as well. But as I said, he came in with really bad form, so I have no excuses for him not being played a single minute so far this tournament. Danilo Pereira, he's obviously not going to be a starter for this Portuguese national team, but hopefully he can be a great leader for the PSG players and for the rest of the Portuguese players. Gonçalo Ramos didn't feature a single minute and looks to be way behind in pecking order. And the only player he will come on for is Cristiano Ronaldo. So let's see if Roberto Martinez decides to bench Cristiano or just substitute him out for any of the game. That's been it from the PSG players at the Euros. Let me know in the comments down below. How do you feel about the PSG players so far at the Euros? Soon, our Brazilian and Uruguayan players, Manu Ugarte, Lucas Beraldo, and Marquinhos will be playing at the Copa America. So good luck to those players. And good luck for the rest of the PSG players at this Euros. That's been it from your boy PSG. And as usual, allez, Paris.